Hi, this is Pete Singer with Semiconductor Digest, and I'm talking to Scott Balaguer, who is the Vice President and General Manager of the Semiconductor Division at Edwards in North America. Hi, Scott. How are you?
Good afternoon, Pete. Always great to see you.
Yeah, so we're talking in advance of SEMICON West, which is going to get started next week and virtually, of course. So we hear that you are planning some big things at the show as your own kind of virtual event within an event, if you will.
Yeah, we're actually looking forward to it. And, with the help of SEMI that has done really a great job putting together this virtual program this year, and my Marcom director, Shannon Lee, we have a great exhibit. We have lots of papers and presentations. We have a pavilion, and we'll even get to see Mr. Edwards himself, who will make a guest appearance.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, it seems like in general, the semiconductor industry has done fairly well considering the, pandemic and various lockdowns. But how has the Edwards business been holding up?
Yeah, I would have to say, we're quite fortunate to be in an essential business, so to speak. But, our second quarter finished strong, and the outlook for Q3 and Q4 is quite positive. Certainly the OEMs in particular have showed no signs of slowing and have the pedal to the metal. And despite the pandemic, we've been managed to keep our factories open and our remanufacturing facilities have been running. We've had a couple of hiccups along the way associated with the COVID in terms of occupancy and so forth. But by and large, our supply chain has come through and the folks in the factory have been just outstanding and resilient.
Well, that's great to hear. Now, I hear you've got some new things going on, including some innovation centers, and you've been investing in those. Can you tell us about what you're doing there?
Yeah, we're really excited about that, Pete. Back in July last year, we opened up what we call the Semiconductor Technology Center in North America. And it's a 75,000 square foot facility, state-of-the-art, world-class. And not only does it house our new innovation center, but we do high volume manufacturing there as well. And it is now our corporate headquarters. More specifically, with respect to the innovation center, we're close to our customers. We're going to be able to develop next generation technology. And we have all the components and elements to emulate what a sub-fab and a fab do. So just finishing up the permits for a gas pad. So we'll be ready to do it all.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, now since SEMICON West is going to be going on, and you've got this new virtual pavilion, I wondered if you could tell me a little bit about more about Mr. Edwards. Can we meet him, and what's the best way to get involved with that?
Yeah, you'll meet Mr. Edwards at the door or at the beginning of the stand, and come on in. There'll be directions and people to guide you to certain areas, so you can find out everything you need to know about integrated systems, dry pumps, turbo pumps, abatement systems, our environmental programs, and so forth. We have a lot of information and material in the pavilion related to our high-tech university and our workforce development programs, which are exciting. And also a new piece on our Chamber Solutions group, which is the result of the acquisition of the Brooks CTI Polycold business that took place earlier in the year. So we're excited about bringing those folks on board and getting the cryo technology into our portfolio.
Okay, fantastic. And let's see, I happen to know that you've applied for the Best of the West. You're in the competition for the Best of the West Awards, and I understand it's kind of an AGV automated vehicle that is in the subfab that can help with replacing turbo pumps and various pumps. Can you explain a little bit about how that works?
Well, I promised Lindsay, who runs the IC for me, that I'd keep a lot of that a secret, including the name. But I can tell you that it's real, and I've actually driven it remotely. And this device, this carrier, if you will, can literally go into a warehouse or a cage and pick up a pump and bring it down the aisle in the subfab and lift it up and put it into place so that the engineer can get it installed. So it really has to do with smart manufacturing, the fact that we're finding ways to reduce the cost of supporting and installing the equipment, and using all of the elements associated with virtual reality and AI and so forth that go into driving these vehicles remotely.
Okay. And I hear also that you recently collaborated with a local high school student to produce face masks and face shields, and wondering, and I hear there's a video that people can watch related to that. Can you tell us more?
Yeah, I think, Edwards itself and Atlas Copco to a same degree, really have taken on the social responsibility of protecting our customers and our people and the general public. It's really been miraculous, the level of effort and enthusiasm. And we've had one person in particular that developed masks on their own up in the IC. We had a young lady that was actually sewing them and putting them together in the early days so that we could distribute those to the people coming into the factory. And we incorporated a lot of that into the programs we're working with in the local high schools and academic facilities.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay, Scott, well, thank you. It's good to catch up, and I look forward to seeing you virtually next week in your pavilion.
Yeah, and even hopefully sooner in real life, Pete. It's always a pleasure to chat with you, and encourage everybody to come and take a look at our stand and get online at the Edwards website.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks again. Appreciate it. Stay healthy.